Hello. In this video, I'm going to put all these tools together to clean up this image that you see here. We went over the healing brush, spot healing brush, the patch tool, the content aware move, and the clone stamp tool. What I want to do, I want to show you a method or a working method of how I would go about to clean up this image using all the different tools that were made available. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by creating a new layer. I'm going to just call this my edits because these are the things that I'm doing on this layer, not my edits. So I try to suggest students to rename the layers so that they know what's going on here. So what I'm going to start off is I want to make sure I'm going to go back to I like starting off with the healing brush tool. This is kind of like the first tool that I go through because it works really good for doing some of the things. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that I have sample all layers turned on, and I'm just going to clean up just a couple of things. I don't have to go crazy. I just want to clean up just a couple of small areas. And I did already clean up some of these within the demo, but I want to, because I wasn't doing it all, um, cleaning up everything together. I want to make sure that these are, when I say cleaning everything up together, it's like I was demoing each tool, so I want to make sure that I went back. So right now I'm treating this as if if I was working on my own project, what I would do. There's this bottle cap over here. Let's get rid of that one. And it's mainly the small things that I could do right now that are going to be quick and easy to clean up. And as you are working, don't feel that you have to get rid of everyone. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of this guy using this tool. I do want to get rid of them because I just want to do that. But let's see, I don't like these signs, for example. I'm going to make a smaller brush, and I'm going to try to cover this up and see how well that works. Okay, that's decent. You see how there's this other sign right here, but he's here as well. I'll use a different tool for him, probably the clone stamp tool, which worked really well. The same goes for this other person that was right here if I want to get rid of him. Now I don't want to use this tool. Well, let's see. Let's try it out. I could always undo it if I don't like the results, but I want to make sure that I get enough of him. But I know that light that's right there. See, this looks okay. Could still go back and fix some of it. See, it's trying to change. It's going to make it brighter. This is kind of like, okay, it's something that we could work with, but I want more of the street right here. See, I don't like this car right here. I want to get rid of it. We'll come back to it. Now, like I said, don't feel that you have to change everything. You don't have to get rid of all things, but certain things I do want to get rid of. Okay, so that's there. I'm gonna now switch to, I want to clean this one up. I want to just hide this one and maybe change that. So I'm gonna go to my healing brush tool because this one allows me to copy the contents of one area to another area. Again, I have current and below selected. I'm gonna sample this area. This is kind of like an upgrade to the clone stamp tool because it keeps the color data information, but it's helping me replace whatever's here. For this one, I might use a clone stamp tool. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do this right now. I'm going to switch to my clone stamp, current and below, because what I want to do, I actually want to sample some of this information right here. I'm going to start off like right here. And I'm just cloning that information, the exact copy. I'm not going to worry so much that there's like a thing around it. I'm going to maybe sample this area right here and try to get as close to it as possible. So I don't think people will notice. If I want to, I could just, hide that information that was there. I'm going to sample that area. I'm going to, let's see, right here. And maybe, I like to sample different areas so that it doesn't seem like it's the same area, so that I don't get those patterns that our eyes are able to recall really easily. What if I want to get rid of this one right here? This is where uh, I'll go back to the spot heal brush for this one. Again, I don't necessarily want to do landscaping, but if there's anything that I want to change, I could do that. Get rid of this cap right here. So this is just going through my image. For the most part, I think my image looks pretty clean. There's just little things that I want to change. Like you see right here, uh, this how it's broken. I might just crop this off, but this could be a really good candidate for the content aware move. Let's see, sample all layers. Anything that's sample all layers I could put onto my layer right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select this right here. And if I go right here, apply it, Command D to get rid of it. Okay, you see it's connecting, but it doesn't connect all the way. So I could maybe, let's try this again. If I, oh no, you know what? It's gonna remove what's ever here. I'm gonna escape this, cancel it. Instead, I'm going to switch to my patch tool, but the patch tool right here, this one will not work with my edits layer because I need the information. So this is where I'm going to make a copy of my layer with my information. Oops, let's say I deleted it by accident. I'm going to call this one my edits 2 because these are also my edits. So now with my patch tool destination, I want to copy this and I want to send it over here. Oh, you know what? It's above it. We'll work with this. Uh, let's see. Let's go back to my edits. Command D to deselect. Right here, this is a candidate for the eraser tool. We see the before. Let's see. I'm going to hide this, the bottommost layer. So now it's nicely connected. And now that I have this, my edits 2 is a copy of this layer, I can hide that layer. And I can go about changing some of these things. And by no means did we go over all the tools that were available in Photoshop, but I believe this is like enough tools to get you started. Let's see, let's go back to the Close Tab tool actually did a really good job of being able to copy this information from one side to the other. So I'm going to make my brush. I'm going to sample this area. This one is a current and below. I want to make sure that aligned is, do I want it on? We could leave it on in this case. So I want to start to copy it right here. And as I go up and across, remember this is an exact copy. So we got our line there. It's a little bit lower, but that's okay. I'm now going to start copying over here because now I'm at the this curb. So I'm going to copy this curb. And you know these plants, they're all similar, so I don't mind that it is similar. We just leave a head there. Now I'll copy some of this information here, right here, because what I want to do in the background, this is where we could copy some of this information that's already here. Let's see, what this is kind of close, but you see we're getting some of this right here. But this is where we could use our eraser tool. I'm going to make it a little bit, notice the edge right here, hardness is set to 50%. I want to make sure that I don't have a really hard edge because it'll start to reveal some of that stuff. I'm going to make a smaller brush. I still have, I'm going to go back to my clone stamp tool. I'm going to sample some information here. I just want to copy some of that. So here we just got rid of that person before and after. See this area we were working on earlier. I like what happened earlier. Make this area a smaller brush just to clean this area up. It's a little dingy. I like this texture right here of this car. We want to clean this up a bit. And I like that there's that bush right next to it. So it kind of brings more that detail. And you can see how we're trying to find details to recreate some of these things. Here, I'm going to copy some of this. You know, I want to get rid of this. So let's go back to my spot healing brush tool, make it a little bit smaller. Let's see, get rid of this too. And now I'm going to use my clone snap tool. Let's copy some of this information that's right there because I want an exact copy. Now, do I have something that's I could copy? You know what? I think I do. Let's see, can I use that tree? I want something that has that, because we're basically copying that pixel data from one side. Trying to see if I have a tree that I could copy. I don't. Maybe this tree. Let's see what it looks like. I'm just gonna go close to it. We need to get a smaller brush just to clean up that area right there. I want to use my spot healing brush tool. Zoom in and small brush. See, I don't like this edge that's there. I don't want it to be too fuzzy. Command Z if you ever get something that you don't like. Oh, one too many. You could always do redo as well. You go back and forth. This might be a good... Yeah, let's use some of the eraser tool right here. Make it a little bit larger. Oh, see, we're bringing him back. Because remember, this is all in its own separate layer. So now that we have this, we could slowly... let's see, let's use the clone stamp. Let's copy some of this, smaller brush, so that we specifically only copy the areas that we want. We'll copy more of this, smaller brush, so that we could have better precision. All right, I'll take that. Now if we reveal and hide, look at that. Let's go over here. Say over here for this guy, I want to make a copy, a series of copies of images here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my, not clone stamp. This is where I want to use the patch tool. Remember the patch tool is, you have to use a layer, so I have to switch my layers. So I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this person right here as best I can. If I had a stylus, which I do, it'd be better, but I don't have it connected. I wanted to show you what it feels like. Probably many of you aren't using a stylus. So I'm going to change this to destination. I don't want to get rid of them. I want to make copies of this person. I want to have like kind of like my little boy band. And here we go. In a boy band, you have to have at least 4, but I'm sure boy bands prefer 5. Unless it's kind of like a K-pop one where it's like 7, right? So here I'm going to Command D to deselect. Yes, we have our boy band up there. I like how they're different colors because they are blending in. Ooh, we forgot about this guy up here. Let's switch to my spot healing brush. I'm going to make this a large brush to cover up this large area right there. And there, gone. This tree, I'll probably crop this later on, but this one as well, gone. I'm not going to worry about this far edge because that's going to be cropped out. Let's get rid of this thing down here. Gone. Let's do a quick check. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. All right, there we go. Cleaning up the, the concrete. Again, all that stuff is going to be gone. You see these little leaves over here. I'm not going to use them, or that information at the very far edge. But I can. Oh, you know what? I really enjoyed seeing the changes to these where we're using the patch tool. I thought, okay, this one I actually have to do to that actual area. I thought that looked really good, so I have to select this area. So I have to be really close right here so that the closer the better. So I'm making my selection and I'm going to move this up this walkway. Wrong button, Command Z. Source, because I want to get rid of that area that was there. I think, let's see, let's go a little bit higher. I'm trying to line them up. I guess that will be good. Command D. I want to get rid of some of these points because I don't want them to create those patterns that I was mentioning earlier. Spot healing brush. I'm going to switch back to my edits, not my edits 2. So that way I'm trying to change it up. You can see this one as well. I want to get rid of this one. So let's go ahead and switch back to my edits 2 layer. I'm going to switch back to the patch tool. I'm going to make a selection around it. And here, selection. And I could, let's see what happens if I drag it this way. Does it fit? It doesn't fit. Okay, I'm going to drag it down here. Or what I could do, I could clean this area up first, but I didn't. We'll use that, Command D. And then I'll go back to my edits. If I want to, let's see, the healing brush tool, I want to copy some of this line. I want that line to continue. I'm going to stop because it's going to end again. I'm going to sample this again and copy it from right here. I want to try to create that there. Let's see, should I get rid of this one? I think I could. I think I could. All right, let's see. This is the patch tool. I want to select this part right here, all the way around. And this time I'm going to try to connect it right here. I can see on the top it's not going to seamlessly connect up here. So what I'm going to do, Command D to deselect. I'm just going to use some of my spot healing brush. I'll just hide some of it. There. See, now you get to the point where it's like, oh, I could see all these little things. What can I do? So right now we're just changing some of the things. Oh, do I want to get rid of this water bottle that's up in front? I did that before. I could probably use the clone stamp tool. We'll try clone stamp, where I'm gonna copy some of this on the bottom. Yeah, you know what? I'll leave that there, but I'm gonna switch to the patch tool. So I have to switch to my edits. I want to copy some of this information down here. Well, before I do that, undo. I think I need to change some of the with the spot healing brush. Was it? No, I want to copy this. Let's see, do I use a move? Well, let's see. Let's try because it might keep some of that. I think I'm going to use let's copy some of this line right here. It's a one-to-one copy. One-to-one. I want this one right here. Make it smaller. Nice. Copy this one as well. So you can see that there's multiple ways of being able to work on your image. So don't feel that there's only one way. See, this one needs to be a little bit more to the side. I'm going to copy this one right here. It's broken all of a sudden. We'll add that there. Zoom, zoom and move at the same time. All right, I think that will do for this one. In the next series of videos that we're going to be going over, it will start working with the color information. So for right now, I cleaned up this image. I haven't cropped it. I'm going to crop it at the very end. But now with this one, I'm going to Command or Control S to save this image. And we're going to work from here. We're going to be applying different tonal and color adjustments, working with the color data, working with the shadows and the highlights. All right, I'll see you then.